It's funny. He just married a 16-year-old
Yes,
bride.
I love it, dude.
It's just so odd, and I love it when they're like when she's, like, possessed, like, are they more active than
Yeah.
normal? I'm like, he's fucking his 16-year-old bride in the room next door, like, that's normal. Look at this guy. What's up, everybody? Happy Unsolved Hump Day. It's Wednesday. It's a holiday for Todd and I.
Spooky
We've
season.
dubbed it. It's spooky season, but this is Unsolved Mysteries Day because today is the inaugural Unsolved Mysteries commentary that we're doing. And Todd, a little backstory, has curated 4 of his favorite unsolved segments, and they're all themed around the paranormal, which were always the creepiest as a kid. Now, as I'm older, I don't know if they're the creepiest. I think the creepiest ones are the real ones now, just because when you watch some of these, you're going off faith because a lot of it's like it's just like watching Zach Bagans. Like, how much are people lying? You know, I think you're never gonna top like the serial killer that was never found type of
Yeah,
stuff these
no,
days.
absolutely. As you get
Ones
older.
the ones that and the ones that could still be alive technically, and that's what makes this show so amazing, and thank God that they updated these on streamers to where they added any updates that have
Yeah.
happened. So you could be watching a Robert Stack episode from 1989 in the year 2024, and if they found a certain killer or they solved a mystery yesterday, it will say update at the end, and you'll get the live update. And I think that's really cool that they've done that. It's helped really make the show evergreen. Like, because me and the missus, we were into watching the new Netflix Unsolved
Mhm.
Mysteries, which is still
Yeah, it's
good.
alright. Yeah, it's good.
Obviously, you miss Robert
Mm.
Stack's presence. The newest season has a lot of archive footage with Robert
Really?
Stack because
Okay.
they revisit old episodes
Oh, I
and
didn't
and
know
and
that.
themes.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's some like archival footage and even archival reenactment stuff because it all kind of tethers with what they're talking about on these new episodes. Anyway, but honestly, and I've tried telling her, I don't know what it is. Sometimes more casual viewers, if it's old, it turns them off. And I'm like, well, if you're into this, let's watch the old
Mhm.
ones because they're still
Oh, yeah,
relevant.
they're
Because
still they're
most
more
of the
scary.
mo- most of these are still
Yeah.
unsolved. So just because it was 30 years ago doesn't mean you know Chester the molester doesn't live next
Yep.
door. You could be that guy that saw. I've always wanted to be the guy that calls up, the
Do they still
hotline
have
or
the
goes to.
hotline?
I know they have now. It's unsolved.com.
Okay.
So I've always wanted to be that guy that gets to provide the tip or like I want to watch the show and while I'm watching it, drop my popcorn and be like, "Oh my god, that's Harold next
I
door."
always wanted to work at the call center, dude. Be one of the call center people to pick up and hear the stories.
It's absolutely, you know what I'm saying though? You know how nuts that would be for whoever solves this crime to be actually watching the show and it actually performs the service and you're like, "Holy shit, this guy Ray that they're looking for that murdered a bunch of children 20 years ago, that's Phil across the
Yeah.
street." They've changed their idea. It's just like that's always the case, and so that could be me, that could be you. But anyway, without further ado, we have all of these available for you to watch. YouTube was taking them down. Riverman was uploading them for
Yeah.
you guys, and they were getting taken down really quick. So he has them in a Rumble link. Now, I tested it myself. You don't have to have a Rumble account to
No, it's
watch it.
just like
If you
YouTube.
click, yeah, it's just like YouTube. You click the link and you guys can watch it, and that is linked in the video in the chat. I actually have no idea if those are going to stay up. I don't know how Rumble operates. I would love for those to always be up, even if you guys are watching this after we're live. But what I'm going to do in typical fashion is I'm going to weave in the episodes in post, so you're going to be able to get a good bit of it. But for now, if you guys want to watch it live, check those out. And as far as the live goes, I want to remind you guys we stream live every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, as well as Friday, 10:30 p.m. Central Time. You can join us live if you can, just like the folks we have in the chat now. Let's say hello. We got Blaine, we got Silhouette Animator, we got Ishmael, we got Thomas
Looks like
Rowan,
Mac's in here. What's up, Mac?
we got Gushido84. What's up, Gushy? We got Captain Howdy, Kiss Me Fat Boy. Is that
I'm
Mac?
guessing.
The fat Ronald
Yeah.
McDonald? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'm happy to see all you guys here. And if Unsolved Mysteries did an episode on the Revival House, it'd be about solving the case of the mysterious goo.
Hey, we'll talk about some of the scary stories from
I
Aaron
I
too.
I don't know if the goo's mysterious. I think the question would be who it belonged to. I think we'd know what it is. It's like Todd would be the first guy going, "What is this?" Playing with it.
Mm. You know what?
I know
That's
that.
something we should do, Ishmael. We should do maybe next week, next Wednesday, we can talk about Aaron's ghost stories.
Well, I will definitely talk about stuff because
Okay.
some of the stuff in here, I have some little mental notes about things that I can, I think doing these unsolved episodes is a great way for me to also
Yeah.
talk about that
Okay.
stuff.
That works.
So we'll just kinda we'll see what comes out naturally, but for the sake of the live stream, if you guys join us, we're doing all 4 of these in one evening here. If you're not, these are gonna be shingled out and coming out separately. But without further ado, we're gonna go in order in which Todd has listed these in the chat. So what is the first episode I need to pull up? Let
Uh,
let me know so I can
Lake
pull it
Will's
up.
Haunting. This one's my favorite.
Alright, so let's just let me get that pulled up here. Lake Wells Haunting.
Yeah.
Alright. Ooh, okay. So this is the one I just watched right before we started recording. So it's free on Freevee? It's on
It's
Freevee? Well, Freevee's got ads
it
though.
has ads and they're not broken up into segments. See, I had to go in and pretty much break them up.
Mhm.
So that's why we're not doing like a whole episode. These are all throughout different episodes.
They're already prepared for you
Yeah.
guys. So the videos you're gonna see are already segmented out, ready for us to press play. So go ahead and get them up. Lake Wells Haunting, and we're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, play. Hold on. Oh,
Yep.
it does start on join me.
Perhaps you will be able to solve.
That scared the shit out of me, so I have to start again because Todd, like I said, he has these jumping out right.
So
It made me
so
feel
do
like
I
I
gotta
was in the middle
pause
of
it?
an
Do I gotta
episode.
redo it?
Just rewind it. Just start over.
Okay.
Just start at the beginning. Alright, now we're gonna go. Sorry, false alarm. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, play. Join me.
I love that, dude.
Yeah. So like I said, so this is Todd's, favorite episode,
Yeah,
apparently.
I think this aired, back in 1991, so that would be, like, season 3 or 4, I believe, and I love the intros because every year they have a new intro. This is one of my favorite intros with the breaking of the glass and everything like that. Um, I don't know. The logos change throughout the years. This logo is classic, I love it. I also love the hot pink, which you see down here on the screen. So, I don't know.
Oh,
There's little things that I
nice.
like about,
Rumble has a picture in picture. Get with it, YouTube.
oh, real oh, nice, okay, perfect.
YouTube still doesn't have picture in picture mode. It's so annoying. So I'm just gonna position this bad boy right below us. Yeah, so this one is cool. These are Florida folks. They seem normal. It's Florida, right?
Yeah, this is, the Man House, in Lake Wills, Florida, back in
Dude,
1991.
they seem like normal enough people,
Oh
but I
god,
love
they're Alan, dude, Alan, man.
you're gonna see really fat Jared Fogle or Newman, whatever you want to see. It's funny. He just married a 16-year-old
Yes,
bride.
I love it, dude.
It's just so odd, and I love it when they're like when she's, like, possessed, like, are they more active than
Yeah,
normal? I'm like, he's fucking his 16-year-old bride in the room next door, like, that's normal. Look at this guy. What is he looking at me or Todd? I
that's
can't
why I love
tell.
this,
Do
dude,
I
it's so funny, dude. Yeah,
absolute
him and his
redneck.
16-year-old bride living with their parents.
I'm not saying this guy's super old, but if those are the real people, he looks like
No,
he's older than 16.
yeah, that's a real person. Rest in peace, by the way. He passed away a few years ago, but yeah, he ends up seeing a ghost in his bedroom. I love this.
Wait,
Alan,
did he pass away of a heart attack?
I don't know.
Like, I love this
Yeah,
guy. He looks like fat Jared Fogle, dude.
that's creepy, dude.
This
That's a creepy looking
I mean,
female ghost.
alright, so right here, I have to say something. I'm not a skeptic. I believe in this stuff heavily. I have my own stories, but I also he just walks like a schlub, dude.
Yeah,
But I still have to come at this with, the means of trying to debunk it. And immediately when our story starts off with I was waking up and I saw something. You know how many times I've woken up half asleep and I see crazy shit or I hear stuff or I have a conversation with my wife
yeah,
and it's because you're like in this
half asleep.
magical like yeah, this and it's one of those things where maybe in the middle of the day you remember, holy shit, did I have a conversation with her? So, I don't know.
So she has her little dog Prince beside her, and then she ends up seeing this mysterious um, white cloud sitting next to her. She starts freaking
Prince has
out.
a pussy bark, dude. What's wrong with Prince's bark? It sounds like it's overdubbed. Roof, roof.
Yeah, Alan's mom, of course, living with child bride. What was the child bride's name again? I can't remember.
Oh, we'll find out when they show her. So, the mist thing, I totally believe. I buy that sort of thing, and you hear about sort of the apparition mists and stuff, and when you watch all these ghost shows, but I've seen stuff like that too. So, I mean, that seems a little bit more believable than, fat ass Alan waking up in the middle of the night. "Who is that?"
Linda, that's her name, Linda.
Linda. So we have it's 1991, and so the next logical step is to get a Ouija board.
Yeah, so they get a Ouija board to see what ghost this is, and they come
Stupid.
up with the name Kramer. So when I think of Kramer, of
Oh,
course, I think Kramer from Seinfeld.
we got
Oh,
Newman, yeah.
look at Linda, dude. She is
Yeah,
oh, she's
she's
token 91,
obnoxious,
dude. 1990.
and she's obnoxious, dude. Like, at the end when she's like, "That ghost pissed me off. I wanted to tell her what I thought before I left." She's, like, so annoying, like, "God, you white
She looks
trash,
like she's hanging out at
redneck."
the local truck stop, dude. That's
You
why I
know
like
why
her.
his parents probably let her marry the 16-year-old? Because it's probably his fucking sister, dude.
Could be.
You know what I mean?
No, it could be, man. So yeah, they stir up the ghost here, and then Dave or Alan's dad, David, was a skeptic, and he didn't see anything at first. And then they pulled out the Ouija board. They got the ghosts all stirring up, and then David started seeing and hearing shit too. His father,
What's the dad's name? Alan?
David.
David. I like how David, like, seemingly never grew adult teeth. He looks like he's got a bunch of baby teeth, like old chiclets in that big head is.
Here we go. Here's Alan and his child bride in
I
bed, dude.
I I love this, dude, and she's like and he's like,
He's like,
"Ooh," he's like
"Whoa!"
laughing too.
That's why I love this
And
episode. It's so funny, dude.
it's like whoever directed the segments didn't translate the story properly because you have the narrator, the real guy saying, "She was very scary, it was almost evil," but the actor's like, he's, like, enjoying himself, dude. Like, "Okay, you guys are frolicking, you're having fun. She's fucking your brains out. She's underage, you're having a good time. She's gonna fuck your eye straight."
It didn't even sound like her. I love
I just would've went with it, man, like,
I love this part.
I love this.
Aren't they
What
a little more active than usual?
how often are they listening?
And then they go to the
You know
door
what
and
I mean?
listen, dude.
Yeah. Look,
Your
he's,
mom and
like,
dad
dying
hearing you
laughing.
guys bone in the other room do this?
Dude, the room is right there next to the living room where they're watching TV. It is, like, 3
It's
feet
Florida,
away.
dude. The small Florida home, dude. Linda, let go of my wrist, Linda. I love that.
Yeah, it's terrible actor. Look, even she's like her physical acting is terrible too.
What has gotten into you,
She
Linda?
looks
Oh god, I
these
love
are
it, dude.
these segments in particular of all 4 of these are pretty bad.
Yeah, no, the early ones, dude. That's why I like them.
I love it. So I started beating the shit out of my wife. I slammed her against the wall 3 fucking
And she
times
finally
and
snapped
snatched
out
her
of
out
it.
of it.
Yeah.
I got an idea. Why didn't he, like, just open his bedroom and go out and be like, "Hey, mom and dad, I'm not fucking her. Don't worry about it, but she's going crazy." So I slapped her a few times.
Yeah, so he snapped her out of it, and she didn't know. I mean, she finished her sentence, what she was saying earlier to Alan before she started getting possessed.
Mhm. Blaine, that's a good point. He'd smash possess Linda. She was ready to go, man.
Absolutely.
I bet you Yeah, but guys, she was underage. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves. You would not
No, no,
smash
no,
possess
no, no,
Linda.
no, no.
The spirit inside of her may have been 1,000 years old. Is that what you're trying to justify?
Blaine?
Oh, this Blaine. But the actress is clearly an adult. It's kind of fucking with
Yeah,
your head
yeah,
because the actress is clearly, like, in her 20s.
yeah.
Look, he's got chiclets in his mouth. You think he doesn't have any teeth, but there's little teeth up there, dude. I wanna stick my finger in there. Just like
Why?
I wanna get a gum job on this finger, dude.
Oh, I love this. Listen to this. He he poured salt around the house, and then Robert said, "A number of snails were sacrificed." That's what he said. I love that part. It is so funny.
Alright, so let's do another seance. This is when they get the psychic type dude, not the psychic, right? Um,
No,
no,
no, no,
wait, I'm
they're
getting
trying to, like, exorcise the house or whatever, all the demons out of it.
who's who's middle class, like, older parents would just be like there, "Okay, let's get the candles out. Oh, oh, oh,
Let's
oh,
get
oh,
the
oh, oh," and
salt,
be
pour
doing
it
this.
around the house. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, at this point, I guess the mom saw, like, the apparition. The dad he makes the claim that, "I was in denial. I didn't want there to be an issue because I didn't wanna worry about it."
Yeah, so they
Oh,
started getting bad
suffer
headaches, and, then they started hearing the name, or the dad just came up with the name Isabella.
Isabella.
Yeah, which he didn't know why, he just thought of the name Isabella, and come to find out, when the psychic comes through, he throws out the name Isabella.
So, yeah, the psychic kinda comes in swinging with more info. Now, why didn't they research the name Isabella Kramer? Could they have told I mean, they should have left that into the show because they probably did, but why didn't they actually include that? They looked up for any Isabella
They
Kramer
said the
and on
background there, yeah, they said in the background there was no records of Isabel Kramer in the house or
Oh,
neighborhood to date.
okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. That's a lot like like I was telling you about this new episode with Becky on the new season.
Mhm.
And, Becky's that ghost that latches onto the guy that helps him do all his, like, ghost paranormal psychic work. And, ever since she was a kid, Becky gave him a story of who she was. She died in a plane crash around this year, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And, they later find out, like, there is this person she says she is. There's no record of this person existing. It's like, who really is Becky? Why did she lie? Like, if she's so good, why would she lie to you? Who is she really?
I
It's really
I
interesting.
love when they go into the background of the ghosts and trying to figure out who the hell they are, and if they do, then I'm just like, I'm I'm even deeper into the story, if they can actually find shit
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah, and some of these ones that we're watching tonight, they don't go in deep,
No.
and it really just makes it feel like ghost stories, like, well, I guess it's just, the honor system here, it's their word. Hey, what's up, Silhouette? Thank you so much for the $5, tip there,
Thanks,
which,
what?
by the way,
Appreciate it.
we're monetized again. This is our first super chat in months.
We're back, we're out of jail.
It's good feeling, man. All 90s paranormal or crime shows need 90s Casio keyboard synth music,
Mm.
moonlighty vibes. Absolutely. That's actually the most accurate thing I've heard to describe
Hey,
them.
I'm rocking my Unsolved Mysteries, vinyl here too with Robert Stack right behind me. Oh, on this side up here.
How many do you have? And you got your Robert Stack, the picture in
Yeah,
between them?
yeah.
You should
I got
get one of
2 of
those
the
little, like
vinyls, and then I have the Robert Stack,
you should buy one of those little, dome little LED lights you could put underneath the Robert Stack picture.
I wanted an
The light
LED wall hanger. Somebody had one custom made, and I tried to reach out to him on Facebook, but he didn't get back to me because I was gonna buy one, dude, and just hang it up here. That'd be awesome. Oh, we just
yeah.
missed the light bulb exploding. So,
Is that supposed to I didn't understand this. Like, he said exploding. It looks like there's just like a torch underneath it, and it's just, like,
well,
shooting.
it popped, and then flame caught it, and so basically, they both wanted to get out of the house. She started arguing with the entity, freaked out, and then yeah, a fire started with the light bulb, and then they got the fuck out of there. They left mom and dad still living in the house.
I feel like Captain Howdy in the chat is either Zach, because that's a Zach thing, or it's possible it could be my brother. Maybe
Maybe it is.
Cyrus Lee, but I think it's Zach.
Thanks for joining us, Captain.
Yeah, because he's making a bunch of, like, political quotes that have nothing to do with the show, so it's probably Zach. Uh, let's see. It's another Mac bot. I don't think this one's Mac. There you go, Blaine. Probably a gas leak. Yeah, I kinda like to look at that too, just in case, but, um, I don't know. I lived in a house that was haunted in Kentucky back in the '90s, and my grandfather, the patron of the house, he was kinda like the dad of this place where he was a skeptic, even though it was pretty clear we had some funky activity going on, and, there was a point where he got interacted with, by the ghosts. and, he was pretty shook by it, but even then, like, even after he just ended up denying it, like, after it had happened and after his, like, initial shock of it, and I'm like, "Dude, just come on.
It
Have an open
did
mind
he
here. You
see a
literally."
full person, or was it just a mist, or what?
So, the way he described it is, so this ghost lived in this cubby crawl space in our basement,
Mhm.
and it wasn't a finished basement, it was really old house. At the time in the early '90s, it was like in the '90s, it was about 50 something years old, so, it's
Hmm.
gosh, it's really old now. But so there all the activity came from this crawl space that was parallel with the stairwell leading upstairs. And, every night we would hear stuff in there. I would hear voices whispering. I'd hear the sound of what sounded like a little girl singing. I would hear the footsteps come out of that crawl space, and then kind of walk up the stairs, which my bed was right underneath the stairs. And I would just like look at the stairs, hearing the creaks, and, of course, hiding under my blanket. Like I never wanted to look, dude. Why would you? Because it
Yeah.
was like right behind my head. So it would have been like, what, 2 o'clock that all the activity was
Oh,
going
okay.
on. And then 12 o'clock was the stairs going above my head. Anyway, in that little storage area, little it's more than a crawl space. I mean, you could stand up in there. It was just like a little cubby hole. My grandfather had his tool bench in that little cubby hole area, just like a little inlet, and he would go in there and get tools and work on stuff. Sometimes it wasn't really enough space to work on anything. He just more or less kept his tool bench in there. But anyway, one day we were all upstairs eating lunch, and he was downstairs in that area, and he was against his like looking for some tools. Now the tool bench is right up against the wall at the end of this cubby hole,
Mhm.
and the space is tiny, dude. Like, you got, like, 3 or 4 inches on each side of your shoulders. So, like, there's nowhere you get it, there's a wall in front of him, and there's, like, walls next to him. The only thing behind him is, like, maybe 4 feet, 5 feet behind him. Anyway, all of a sudden, he said, "Something ran past me and knocked me and actually hit me in the shoulder."
Mm.
And he's like, "I didn't see anything, it was more like a peripheral thing." Like, 'cause it couldn't have come from anywhere but, like, through the wall or
Yeah.
something. And so, he went up there upstairs, and we're, like, eating sandwiches or whatever, and he just said, "Were any of you kids just downstairs fucking around in the tool?" I'm like, "We've been up here eating fucking lunch, what are you talking about?" And then, like, he was a little shaken up, and, I remember my mom and my grandmother especially, because they all believed in it, they all had certain little interactions, they were like, "You saw it, dude." Like, it came in contact with you, man. Wow. Because he would always
He
poo-poo
never
it,
admitted
and
it?
he's like,
No.
"No, no." Even then he's like, "No, no, no, no." I'm like, "You're fucking ah." And it came from, like, where it lived. I swear this thing lived.
Yeah.
But, okay. Anyway, so that episode's done. I I like how the Dennis Nedry and his child bride just said, "Alright, fuck you, mom and dad, we're out.
Yeah, they're out.
Save
They
yourselves."
left. The parents ended up moving out a little later, so I guess they got divorced right after that too. I did a little bit of digging into the man, so, yeah, so they left.
Oh, why let me guess, did they get divorced because she grew up a few years and realized that she was being taken
Who
advantage of?
knows? Who knows?
Like, "Whoa, wait a second, I was groomed, maybe?" How did he die? I'm
I
sorry.
have no idea. I have no idea.
So what's your opinion of that? Now, do you come out I'll be 100% honest whenever I watch these, but is this one that you believe? Do you think, there's some bullshit going
Absolutely, I
on?
believe this one just because of
Multiple
the
people.
parents lived with them too, and the fact that they saw the mist and everything like that, and there was obviously something going on in the house. I love how the paranormal investigators came in and said the house smelled so bad. I was cracking up, dude. I'm like,
Oh, dude, I was dying laughing too. You know what I was ready for? It smelled like I thought he was gonna say egg
he said
farts,
it smelled like
and
rotting flesh. That's what he said.
I'm like, "How do you know what rotting flesh smells like, bro?" You know what I mean? Like, how many corpses are you digging up and fucking, dude? You weirdo. So odd. But, like, yeah, it's like, "Oh, the closer and closer I get to your son's room, I fucking smell onions and fucking liver and all kinds of stinky BO, dude. Gross." But anyway, it's a great one, a lot of fun. So we are going to wrap this mini episode up, and if you're here live, stay on board because we are going to roll into 3 more. But for the sake of this segment, Thanks, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Bye.